Right. This week's episode of Crypto Waffle, we'll be discussing Bitcoin, meme coins, and stonks as the main topics, as well as going obviously over our predictions from last week. Hello there, BDWM Wealth Management. Thanks for joining. Let's see if Carl is struggling to join. Hope everyone's had a decent week. It's not been too bad in broader markets. It's another bit of a slowdown. S&P, Nasdaq currently up today. Nasdaq barely. I know Bitcoin took a bit of a dip today, but some alts have been rallying, especially those old dinosaur Web3 meme land stuff. There we go. Accept. I've accepted Carl, but not sure it's going to let you join. Accept. Why can't I accept here? Why is this thing never simple? It is never simple, this stuff. Modern day technology. Here we go. Here we go. Can you hear me?
I can, but I've got my
Camera's the other way around.
There we go. What an idiot.
It's never simple with this stuff, is it?
Never as simple as it should be. I'm not sure today if I'm going to wear my higher, which is not going higher.
Yeah.
A regular blue cap. You know what?
To be fair, higher as of today, actually, because I bought some last night, as you probably saw in the Telegram. It hasn't had a bad day today. 33% in the last 24 hours.
It's been awfully.
I think it's trillion.
It was at 6 cents. It went down as low as 2.5 cents.
Yeah. Full with a nice big bull flag in my eyes.
Oh, it has to go higher. It has to be the one for me. Higher has to be the one for me. I can feel it in my bones. So I'm going to wear this hat and try and will the chart up.
Even in body. Can you see the comments, by the way, Carl?
Yes, I can.
Because I couldn't see them on yours last time for whatever reason.
I don't know why.
Why that was, because I couldn't see any of the comments. But oh well.
No, I can see them. But a good evening, guys, from Body by PK. Good evening, Body by PK.
Yeah, good evening. Yeah, higher on my screen. Nice big head and shoulders. And I'm thinking, is it Jesse, Twitter account? One of the base guys?
Yeah.
Apparently,
as he
buys higher is one of his biggest bags.
Oh, brilliant. He's like the main guy at base. On Instagram, he's always doing stuff. I didn't actually know that before I bought it.
I read that the other day on Twitter. Obviously, I haven't confirmed by looking at his wallets myself. It's just from what I read. But if that is correct, I think we'll all be paid down the line.
Oh, yeah. Fingers crossed. Right.
What do you start with?
Let's start with, as we're on the subject of higher, it's not going to flow very well, but you made a comment in the Telegram. When we post this on YouTube, I'm going to put a link to the Telegram or maybe the landing page or whatever. We'll sort it out after. But you made a comment in there on the movement on the higher chart, and there was like a 3-step down, and you was like, I don't like the look of that. It looks manipulative. It doesn't look like it.
I'll get that up now so I can show people. Now, this is purely from what I've seen over my couple years of looking at charts. So if you can see this period here, it's like a step down. So this is the daily chart. I'll circle it just so people can see it.
Yeah.
This here is something I wouldn't class as normal price action. So if you have a period of price action that is just like you say, a stair stepping downwards over a period of days, it's not even like it was 4 days and we had a bounce or whatever it was. It was continued from the 15th all the way to the final day of the 20th.
You sure?
That to me, in my eyes, is some sort of potentially manipulative move. Now, is that an excuse to say, okay, someone wanted to pick it up a bit cheaper, maybe putting in some spoof orders above, to get it down? Now, who knows? But like I say, last night in the Telegram, I managed to snipe some at around the 0.023 level.
Shot up this morning, literally. I'm with you.
It's perfect for me because where I work nights, I'm looking at this stuff at like 2, 3 in the morning. So I can, when I see something come down, last night I saw it come down to a trend line. I was like, bang, I need to hit a little bit. And it's come up this morning. But I mean, on the daily, we're still into local resistance at the minute. But if I just quickly spin the phone around again, you can see a bigger target at play. Massive left shoulder head, right shoulder here, and this puts higher up to a target of near enough $1, 94 cents, which is mass.
94 cents or 10 cents?
No, 98 cents. Massive cup and handle.
That's huge.
Yes. Cup and handles, inverse head and shoulders, they're normally quite big moves, especially if you're looking at them on a bigger time frame.
Okay.
I mean, that from current price, obviously don't expect this over the next week. It's just not realistic. But to $1 from current price is 2,917%, 29x. Obviously, that could be, I think probably, most likely if it's going to happen, it'll be between now and obviously August next year. If it is one of these chosen ones, obviously, because none of us know. We're all in this market for speculation and punting. This is one that obviously we've both chosen. So
goes there, I'm telling my boss to watch his mouth. I'm not coming for work.
I probably won't even turn up to work.
So for today, Crypto Waffle, episode 3, we've got 3 topics which we decided on. We had another one which I couldn't remember because I didn't write it down, but maybe you'll remember it as we go. But the topics are, we want to discuss Bitcoin hitting 100K and what we think that means, what we think will happen, meme coins and this meme coin super cycle and the rough week we've had, and also stonks, which are your regular stocks and shares, as they've had some pretty interesting, almost crypto-like volatility in a few of those shares. So let's get started with, then after that, we'll have to do our predictions.
Man, I think they were well off this week, but all of them. No, I think most of mine were. I think yours were a lot better suited.
Yeah, mine were good. I was all right this week. I've done a few dodgy ones, but I've had a few good ones. Right. Great. 100K.
We touched a peak of, on my screen, I want to say it was 99,360. 99,320.
Yeah.
On my chart that I'm looking at, which is a Binance chart. Obviously, they're slightly different. Not much.
I think I saw a 99.6 somewhere.
Yeah, we were right by it. I mean, from what I've seen on Twitter and what I've taken in from Telegram groups over the last week, is that 94 is the key level to hold.
Okay.
And on a technical level, that makes sense as well. I think we could be forming a little bull flag between 94 and, like I say, the peak of 99, let's call it. If we just chop around in that for a bit, that to me is perfect for a setup higher, which we should get a blast through. And I think once we get a blast through, it accelerates. I don't think it'll be slow.
Right. So you think if we go past 100K, you don't think there's another theory, which is that loads of people, there's a massive sell wall right at 100K. We trigger it and we go tumbling down to 90.
It's about sell walls. But I also saw a lot of tweets that are saying the sell walls are just spoofs. So what a big whale will do is they'll put in like you say, a big chunk of sell orders above 100K, call it from 101 to 105.
Yep.
and then they're just putting it there purely to artificially lower the price so they can pick it up cheaper on the spot market. And then what they'll do is just once they've got their position filled, remove those orders. And then it's basically like a get set ready go flag on a race. And as soon as that flag comes down, bang, you can just go straight through. But like you say, a lot of people, big psychological round numbers is a thing. But then a lot of people ain't stupid. So they go, oh, I'll just sell just before. So 98 to 99. Like they don't care if they've been in it for a while. So this is probably what we're seeing now. So I think the 100K, I think once we're through, we'd probably see very quickly 1.5 to 120.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, in the shorter term, I've seen a couple of things about liquidity that has peaked or should peak within the next couple of days at the moment for a short-term pullback just before Christmas. That wasn't in my playbook, but let's see. I'm down for it. I'm all for
we've had a decent pullback in the last hour or so, last couple of hours.
was reached a low of 94,340.
And what was the high in the last few hours? 99 still?
98.8. Yeah, so call it 99. $200 off.
Yeah, so it's been crazy. I think I'm with you. I think that the sell walls, I've seen them before, especially around all-time high kind of levels when you're high up with altcoins, not with Bitcoin. I've never really watched Bitcoin as close as altcoins, but I've seen them. And then when you get really close to them, they just vanish, or they move a bit higher up. Like these sell walls, they're not.
It's just purely to try and push people out getting in.
Yeah,
that's all it is. Because people will wait for breaks. Like people might be waiting. They're like, okay, once it's past 100K, I'm going to look for a pullback. That will be my entry. And sometimes this stuff doesn't give you a pullback. I had it in coin. I got in coin before we broke out of the pattern I was looking at the bottom. I was going to look to add on a pullback. Never got the pullback to add to. It just broke out and then absolutely ripped. So the market and charts and whatnot, they can be your best friend, but they can also be your worst enemy because they don't always tell you what could happen. I mean, and don't forget, we had a great weekly close on Bitcoin. Weekly candle, the highest weekly candle ever, looked very strong. And we are above the Bollinger Bands. And historically, when we're above the Bollinger Bands, leading into the blow-off phase, we stay above them for a longer period of time.
So you reckon 100K next 7 days?
Possibly. I think it really, I don't know when, I think it depends on news, if I'm honest, what people start pulling out, because I know ETH has been doing better. We're only 1 day into this week, but ETH seems to be outperforming so far. Do we see spot ETH ETFs pick up a bit here? Bitcoin maybe come back a bit. But like I say, if I'm looking on the weekly chart here and I look back to last bull market when we got above the Bollinger Band into this explosive move, we never really came down. I mean, once we got up above it, which was at 12K, we didn't really come down back into the Bollinger Bands after a peak at 41. So that's a very explosive move. And like I say, I think we get above this 100 mark, we hit that 1.5, 120 pretty quick. It's just when I think it's possible. I think as long as we hold this 94K level over the next week, I think by Monday next week we could be saying finally it hit that 6-figure mark.
What if we don't hold the 94? What if we go below 94? How low can we go? How bad can it get?
You've got key resistance. Let me get a weekly chart up. So for me, if you go below 90 on the daily, so if we go below 94, you have got an area of resist or support around the 91 to 90.8. Get through that, and I think you see 74.
Okay.
The key here, though, on the bigger time frames like weekly, monthly, is the 74 level. If you can hold that, we could have a pullback over the next 2 weeks, and we fall to 74. That to me is still bullish, because if you stick it on a weekly or a monthly time frame, it's a bullish breakout. We've had the retest, then you're ready to go again. So it's expensive, isn't it? Really, it's everyone's perspective. Like if you're a longer term investor, you ideally want the pullback. If you're shorter term and you're trying to trade it, it's a bit more hairy because you're in price discovery. There's not really much to look at chart wise. Yeah, I think as long as we hold above that 74, for me, that is key, especially in the bigger time frames like the monthly.
Right. Meme coins. Let's get the pain out of the way.
Have you got any new ones you've been looking at?
No. All I've been doing is crying about SPX doing terribly and higher doing terribly. Although it gave you an opportunity to get in at a really good price, it's just, I knew last week higher was at like 6, and I think SPX might have been at maybe 75, something like that. And it felt toppy. It felt really like I should get rid of some here because we're not going to stay this high. We'll shut up really quickly. And then after that, it feels like everything in meme land is doing terrible. Everything.
Isn't that chill guy or chill fam? What?
Where I'm seeing this stupid chill guy.
I'll tell you something funny about this fight. So I was at work last week, and you know it starts to get toppy when the normies at work start talking about it. Yeah, they're interested. And one of the apprentices said, do you not know about Chill Guy? And I was thinking, what? He goes, yeah, it's on TikTok. It's everywhere. And I'm going, right, okay. In my head, I'm straight away like, TikTok is now a new narrative for memes. Like, yeah, we're going to be a TikTok boom. And that's what we've seen over the last week, let's say. And at the time, Chill Guy was like 170 mil market cap. And I was like, Christ. And it was literally just straight up green. And I thought, if this kid on TikTok has just found something, I was like, YOLO, I'll stick something in. So I started like $80 in, went up to like, what was it, 4, 5. I've taken my originals out. I've said to the apprentice, thank you. And now I'm just holding a little bag of Chill Guy in case we get a pump into Binance. I mean, there's a lot of speculation this week that apparently Binance is going to list it.
It's everywhere. Yeah. And I'm even seeing it in comments. Like I'm seeing other memes of, what did I see? A footballer, Roberto Carlos, someone's gone and rubbed his leg and the Chill Guy. And he's just a chill guy. I'm like, why there's memes? It's nothing to do with crypto. It's just a football thing, and someone's put his chill guy.
Yeah, I've seen it everywhere. I mean, if this could be, I think this will be the biggest one-off. It's the first mover in the TikTok world, isn't it? The Chill Guy. So let's kind of see what happens with it. There's a load more because I mean, over the past couple of weeks, my brother's got into like this meme coin bonanza, like in and out sort of thing, and he was going, "Yeah, TikTok at the minute is just nuts for it." Like
the thing is, we've said it before, and I think we're going to end up looking really smart, but I'm quite sure the narrative of this cycle will be mobile. And crypto on mobile.
It's funny you say that because I think anyone that's new and coming into it, like myself, as I've said before, I'm basically all mobile.
You are, right?
Yeah. Because I was on a Discord Zoom last Thursday, and now myself and Josh are the youngest people in the Discord. The others range from say 32 all the way up to 65. Now they are all pretty much computer based. So it's all like the old OGs like yourself for competitors. And yet everyone that's new is all mobile. Yeah. So I don't think mobile's the narrative. I think it's already here.
Yeah.
If you know what.
Yeah. The thing is, I think that the issue being is that I think the old heads are more comfortable on desktop. But we also know that the action might not be where we're comfortable.
Yeah.
And we're going to have to make adjustments, otherwise get left behind, because this thing moves fast.
So quick.
Also, everybody has had a time where they felt like they're a bit too smart for the new thing. So like when DeFi first came out, I remember us all thinking we were a bit too smart for DeFi. We were like, well, DeFi is stupid. Where's the yield coming from, sir? This doesn't make any sense. We'll ignore this and we'll stick to doing what we're doing. And biggest mistake of my life, because you can do really well buying Uniswap straight away or all those sorts of things. So I think now a lot of people are ready to change their ways a little bit quicker. So I did say it last week and I haven't done it yet, but I really do need to dig into this ton network and get myself.
I was looking briefly at it earlier, just looking over the network, and I'll tell you what's funny. So a while ago, when Ton had its first kind of pump, so it was back in. Let me just get this up on my screen so I can get the dates correct. So this was back in June when Ton had its pump to the previous all-time high of around $8.
Yeah.
I was playing a game called Cat Citizen on Ton, and there were many other games like it. It's like that Notcoin one where you could tap and get the points, tap to play or whatever it is. Yeah.
So that was the story about not playing in a minute, but yeah, go ahead.
I was playing this Cat Citizen one, and I got on it, and then once you got to a certain level, you can make it automated. So you could spend $10 or $10 in Ton, and pay for an automated thing. So all you've got to do is basically leave your screen open. Now, I ain't got the time to be playing a cat game all day. So as soon as I went to bed, I'd put my phone on the game, and my phone would just play it automated overnight whilst I'm sleeping. Anyway, I did that for about a month, every night. And then a couple of weeks later, a month later, I got this airdrop, like through BitGet. If you set up the account, blah, blah, blah. And I got $80 worth of this cat thingy token. And I thought, result, like play to earn, happy days. All I had to do was put my phone up every night before I went to bed.
Would you have put $100 in and gotten an $800 airdrop, or was $80?
From all you had to do, you had to get your cat to. So the faster you got your cat to level 100, and also did a couple like box ticking exercises within the game, i.e., you staked some fish and whatever else. You then got to qualify for the airdrop. So it wasn't like you could put a load of money in and then hoping you get a bigger drop. It's as long as you, like, the faster you did it, the better. So it was literally, if you've picked up the game sooner than anyone, you got the biggest advantage because you've been staking for the longest and you've done blah, blah, blah. So I probably only got in 2 weeks before they cut the line off, like for the airdrop. So I was pretty lucky with my timing after completing it. But I can see how people wouldn't have had time to do it.
And other people would have got quite big airdrops if they'd have. Yeah.
I got 80, and one of the other guys I know through Blockchain Sensei, he got about 120, but he was before me, so it's hence why he got a slightly bigger drop. But I think these games aren't dead on Ton yet. Like there's a lot of them, and it's hard to pick. But like I say, I think Ton is still going to do very well this cycle. I mean, Notcoin is sitting at, what is it? Just under $1 billion, 900 million.
I had no idea what Notcoin was, and I don't know why, but for some reason, I thought Ton released Toncoin, and then somebody forked Toncoin and made Notcoin, and they were like, "Oh, you guys have done it wrong. We're going to do it properly. Maybe have a different distribution at the start of the project or something like that." So I was like, "Okay, Toncoin and Notcoin are related because one's the inverse of the other's logo."
Yeah.
So I was like, "All right, So then I thought, "Oh, let me look into this Notcoin today." And I've clicked on this Notcoin. I can't find anything about it. I've gone on the website and it just says probably nothing. So I'm like, well, these lot are trying to be clever. Don't be idiots. And it said white paper. So I clicked into the white paper. It's downloaded a PDF. I've opened the PDF. There's nothing in there. 8 pages. All of them up to the blank. And I've laughed out loud. I'm like, these lot have got me. So even now, and I thought to myself, I'm going to have to ask you, because even now, I've got no idea.
The Notcoin, from what I understand, was a game that you could literally just tap to earn. So if on the Telegram wallet or on Telegram, you join, like, on Telegram, you've got bots, like you can join the bot channel and it pulls up a game. You could go into that bot and it pull up the game and you literally just tap. You just tap in the screen and you got a certain amount of knots or whatever you want to call it. And then at a certain time, they did a drop. And because it had, I can't remember how many people it had on it. I can't remember, but it was hundreds of millions of people.
The market cap of not coin. Let me see. Where is it now? I'm sure it's like hundreds.
It's 900 million.
900 million.
Yeah.
And it's nothing. It's vaporware.
Well, yeah, it's a game. I don't know what you can do with it. Because, like I said, I've come away from kind of the Toncoin ecosystem as such. I've got my bags and I'm done with it. But you've got Hamster Combat. That was a massive airdrop as well. That market cap's sitting at 246. So that was a bit like the Cat Citizen one I just explained.
Yeah.
So you had a hamster and you had to complete different tasks to get your hamster agent up to the next level and so on and so on. They then did a drop. To be honest, I haven't even checked my Hamster Combat, so I might be eligible for a drop in that. I've never looked. But you've got other ones as well. Like I don't know what all these other ones are, but I can know what Cat Citizen is. I mean, Cat Citizen is that's got a market cap of 100 mil. So they're not small. These things. They're pretty
Big and legitimate projects.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know what they're going to do with them. Who knows? But like you say, not coin. There's no explanation of what it is or what it does. It's just there.
It's just there. Do you think there's a decent area to short these coins once the game is past its peak?
I don't know. I wouldn't risk it, but that's me. I don't do shorting, longing. I'm just spot.
Yeah.
Because I think when you're looking at stuff like that, all I think is, right, my downside if I buy a spot position is literally 0, but my upside is unlimited. So when you start adding leverage and stuff onto it, it gets very funny very quick. And I haven't got that sort of money to be thrown around yet. So
you can lose your shirt, but I just feel like these things are way too big.
I get what you're saying, but then again, I don't want to fade it because you look at the meme coins that have moved.
Yeah.
Like, they have moved different. And if you had shorted one of them, you'd be screwed. Going for another entry thinking, fundamentally, there's nothing here, blah, blah, blah. And then bang, another 20% candle.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't think it's worth trying to short this stuff.
And this is the problem, I think, with people who have been in crypto and they think they're a bit too smart, because you just think to yourself, oh, there's nothing here. When it's finished, everybody will move on.
Yeah.
But people might just not move on for the sake of noise.
Just bag hold.
And people buy for the sake of why not? Just to smash the people who are shorting it like me. Okay.
I would think, I personally wouldn't do that. But yeah, I mean, Ton has put in a really good candle this week, if the monthly ends up closing here, it looks pretty good for all-time highs in December. But the weekly to me looks like it's about to change and could be going for all-time highs. So I think if Ton moves, like we said last week, we could see the Ton ecosystem heat up again.
I think Ton's going to 100 million. I think so. I think that once a narrative comes out that crypto has now gone mobile, if that becomes a narrative for whatever reason, I don't know, let's say maybe say we've got a mobile.
Do you reckon it's going to, 100 billion? It's already at 15 cents.
Yeah, sorry, I think 100 mil, but yeah, 100. Yeah.
I mean, like you say, they've got, like we said last week, Pavel Durov and his brother and all of that, they have connections in Saudi, all over. But these guys aren't stupid.
And they've got a lot of users already.
Yeah. It's like you said, it's literally the click of a switch and they make an Apple wallet or some wallet on Telegram that is easy to use and the UI UX is great. Everyone's there.
All that's everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone's them in.
I've already seen the odd thing on Twitter and whatever about people sending money from a Telegram to a Telegram account. Like some guy was at dinner and was like, "Oh, just send me dollars on Telegram." So you're sending dollars on Telegram.
Yeah.
So I think it will pick up. It's just a matter, like we said before, it seems to move on its own.
Still think that we're in this meme coin super cycle? Any meme coins that you're...
I'll tell you what, I don't know if you've seen the tweets, but there has been a lot of top signals this week within meme coins. I mean, you had this bloke lock himself in a cage. Like,
I saw about that. Was that on the ones? Some of the fun.
yeah, but these now got live streaming. Like, I'm not going to mention the other ones because they're outrageous and they'll probably get this thing banned. But
Yeah,
it's just mental.
Yeah.
Like, it's got to a point where like you didn't need to live stream it. Why is it now there? Because have you seen Polymarket? It's now got a 95% chance that Pump.Fun will be banned in the US by 2025.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, I think that's what's the odds, or the end of 2025. Like, that is mental. And it wouldn't surprise me if you see this sort of stuff.
No, I saw it, and I just think everything is aligning itself for people to do really bad things with Pump.Fun.
Totally agreed.
For the people who don't know, Pump.Fun is a platform where you can launch your own meme coin very easily. And I guess it's as close to free as it can be, like a couple of cents to launch your own meme coin. Obviously, you've got to make your own website and whatnot. And now you're allowed to, I guess, help pump your meme coin by having a live stream and by doing stuff. And instead of doing stuff that would be educated,
Well, out of context.
but they're just doing stuff for attention, which means that the more ridiculous it is, the more people are going to watch. And because people have got bloodlust, they're going to watch people do stupid stuff.
Yeah.
The news article I saw said that there was like illegal stuff, all kind of stuff going on.
Oh, some of the stuff I've seen is just ridiculous. And you think we have to be living a local top. Like, this stuff needs to be flushed out and soon.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
It could Pump.Fun disables live streaming by Friday.
Oh, they've already done it?
No, 21% chance on that.
Because I saw they did take one of the streams down. I think I saw something on Twitter about they actually did come in and take one stream down. I don't know if it's been confirmed. But, yeah, I think meme coins, the bigger ones, I think like today you saw Whiff is going to get listed on Coinbase.
Yeah.
Had a short pump but come back down again. I think they are the easiest plays going forward. Like, if you're new to the space, you're not sure, obviously not financial advice, but if you're looking for a 2 to 5, maybe even 10 at a push, you just stick with the top 20 odd memes. Like
all the Popcat, Doge, Whiff,
Shib, Bonk, Brett, yeah, Floki, Peanut the Squirrel, that's in there at the minute, Mog.
Would you call Peanut as one of the blue chips? Because it kind of came up.
It's in the top 20 via market cap at the minute. So if you're going to do it off of that, then maybe, obviously, I mean, Goat's been hammered. Joe, we talked about Goat before, and I laughed again. Yeah.
I said it comes back to weight, didn't I? I'm not sure about this AI agent narrative yet.
Right.
Not sure about it yet.
Because I mean, for me, I've already added to my Go here. I mean, it doesn't look great on the chart. It's got a falling wedge, and if the falling wedge plays out, we go down to 0.26, which would suggest a 250 mil market cap.
Yeah. It's a big drop.
That's a big drop, and that would shake out a lot of people. But I know full well if that went down there, I'm going to be grabbing the truck with the two hands, because that is going to shake a lot of people out.
That's going to shake most people out. But right, so Peanut is only 25 days old.
Yeah, it's brand new.
Goat is, let's look at this one. 1 month.
Yeah.
1 month old. It's down to 73 now. I mean, 73 cents.
Even SPX 6900's dropped out of the top 20 via market cap, isn't it?
SPX is doing terribly. But the thing that is keeping me alive with these ones like SPX is that they are older. So it's over a year old. So I kind of like, yeah, when you're that old, you don't just vanish back into nothing.
No.
I'm a little bit more worried about the ones that are only a few weeks.
I'm a chill guy. I think that could easily go to $1 billion from here. I'm not going to fade that because just like Peanut the Squirrel and Goat and these other things we've seen pop up, like even Act out of nowhere, they shot up to $1 billion. Yes, they might have come down again, but ultimately, that I feel that is destiny for it. Because at the moment, like you say, it's everywhere at the minute. These are commenting it everywhere, and then people go like, well, "What the hell is this about?" They'll Google it, and before they know it, they've made an account on Coinbase or whatever it is, or Binance, and they bought it. Because I mean, even on TikTok, I mean, I started posting a couple of things on TikTok on my TikTok account, and there's so many posts on how to buy meme coins on Phantom Wallet, just like simple tutorials. I know full well that, dare I say it, 15 to 18-year-olds are going to be setting this stuff up.
Only thing is, 15 to 18-year-olds struggle to move markets.
So they'll struggle
generally
to move markets, but they'll get into these silly London boys. Like, did you see that kid? Is the 13-year-old that scammed people?
I reckon he's got a bright future, kid, because he's made 30 bags.
It just to annoy him, they pumped it to millions.
In my head, I'm thinking, why don't I do that? And then like secretly keep a little bag to one side and then be like, yeah, joke from you. Yeah, that was crazy. A lot of people didn't understand. He done a pump.fun and then he rubbed it, took all the money out and like was like, yeah, like swore on the camera and everything. And then they pumped it so that what he got was only a fraction of what he would have got if he'd have not rugged it. If he'd have not rugged it, no one would have cared. It would have just died like a normal moon coin.
Well, it's just gone up, had its 5 minutes of fame, and then just dropped off again.
Which is what I think it probably will do now.
I think we need a flush of these smaller coins. And I think the only way that happens is a broader pullback. I don't know when that will be, because I just feel a lot of these smaller ones are eating into the bigger ones.
Yeah.
We will have, I think we'll still see that. I'm not going to say history's wrong. I still think we see the top 10, top 20 meme coins move like big, but I cannot help but think there's so many of these smaller coins that it is just diluting the movement on these bigger ones.
I think we might get fatigue. I think we might have a scenario where people get tired of always being too late. There's always this new thing that pops up. It's a week old and then it's 500 million and then you buy it and then it's 200 million and then it's 80 million and then you keep on doing that. And that's why I like the ones with age, because I think then what will happen is people will be like, why am I buying these new things when every time I buy something, it goes straight down? And everyone is convinced that whenever they buy stuff, it goes down. Everybody believes that they've got the worst luck in the world. And I reckon that people will decide, I'm not going to buy new stuff. And I think when people stop buying new stuff, when age becomes a metric, then I think that all of these new coins, they stop popping up. Because I think that age is not a metric yet. People are just like, oh, is that the new thing? Because it's new, it's good. And I think that after a while, people will be like, if it's new, fade out. But that adds too much.
Snap wraps up memes pretty well.
Well, one more thing before we move on. Mr. Miggles. Like, I can't stop saying in my head, don't fade Mr. Miggles. I
mean, it comes down. I mean, it come down to that 0.10 region. Yeah, and we bounce at the moment, we're still holding. Now, if you're playing this the same as every other chart I would play it, you're consolidating at all-time highs. I mean, the key area of resistance or support, that I say, is this 0.10. We come through that opens up the door to 0.84.
Yeah.
But even 0.84, that to me is still class. I mean, if I show you my screen here, so you can see prior all-time highs over here, and then this is the new all-time high. If we can hold that level, even if we come down here to this white line, we should see Miggles break higher. But this to me, I mean, you've got to remember, look, we've had this big pump out of nowhere, as we discussed last week.
Yep.
Massive sell-off and just chop for ages. Then we had this big acceleration again. this thing needs to cool off. It needs to chill out a bit. Like people go, oh, why hasn't it moved? It's the day after. Guys, it's just done what? So from the 28th of October to now, it's done 700% in under a month. Like, you need to give this stuff time to sit back, relax. And I mean, it looks like, but as well, on the topic of Miggles, I managed to snipe, so I'm actually now the owner of a Miggles NFT. Oh, this one here. This is my NFT of choice. And you can see there I paid 0.04 ETH for it. The floor on that has currently jumped back up to 0.07. So it's good at the minute.
Very real stuff. You said you was going to get 2. Did you only get 1? It's right.
I don't know whether I'll wait for Miggles to see if it moves again or see if we get a drop. But yeah, I've secured one. So I'm on this.
That one, 0.04.
Yeah.
I want
to on base.
Let me try and figure out. I want to try and figure out how much 0.04 ETH is in
about
104.
I want to say 100 and something. Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah, $160. I think it
was less than that at the time because ETH was down.
Yeah,
I want to say I paid about 110 maybe.
Okay.
Ish, which I didn't think was too bad. And I didn't even realise till after I bought the thing, but it's ranked like 1,300 out of 10,000, so it's not even that bad a rank.
Top.
I'm not going to complain about it.
Okay, Mr. Miggles. I really like Miggles around this price. And also, I put a short of the video. I shared one of the videos that we put up, a clip from the last episode. Yeah. And my wife has seen it. And she sent me the love eyes emoji with the feet. And that's a sign. I think I should get myself in on this Mr. Miggles.
So on the 22nd, they've now listed on KuCoin as well. So they're having some big listings still. And like you say, your wife liked it. When I was looking at base memes, I said to my girlfriend, I was like, which one do you like? She saw the cat and went, Miggles. And I thought, yeah, that's fine by me.
So thank Mr. Miggles. All right. Okay. So I'm definitely want to get into Mr. Miggles. One last thing, I guess, and then we'll definitely move on. This rumor about PopCat going on to Binance, and it's still not on Binance though. We're now a month of it should be tomorrow.
What was the peak market cap that it reached?
It got to about 180, maybe like this time.
1.2, like. This is what I don't understand. So Binance listed that Act coin at 30 million market cap, but yet they haven't listed a massive meme that is now sitting at 1 billion. Like that to me doesn't add up.
Right. It just to show that it's clearly not about trading fees.
No,
trading fees is not what it's about for these guys.
Yeah.
I've like I said, 4 or 5 people are going to go to prison. There'll be a Netflix documentary, probably at the end of the cycle, when they'll be like, oh, these were the guys that were stealing, crypto's bad, da-da-da. When the narrative changes to crypto is bad, then I reckon somebody's got to go to prison. It's ridiculous. They're not even hiding their tracks. They're just doing whatever the hell they feel. Right. Moving on swiftly, stonks.
The almighty Michael Saylor bought another, what was it, 10 billion of Bitcoin today? Or over
there. Captain Laser Eyes himself. He's not going to stop. And the MicroStrategy MSTR, a lot of my pals have got that, and they're all jumping up and down that they're like 7x this year on a stock, an actual stock, and not a meme. Right? Are you? What's your take on stocks at the minute? Any that you like? That you did?
So obviously, as I've mentioned before, I like Coinbase here, and a bit. Okay, it's not as it's like MicroStrategy is a leverage play on Bitcoin. Everyone knows that. I still feel Coinbase is also a leverage play, not on Bitcoin specifically, but the crypto space. So for me, as normies would look at it, you have ETFs, which are a basket of, say, the S&P 500. It's every bit of every company, and that's how you allocate. To me, I look at Coinbase and think, okay, it's not just Bitcoin like MicroStrategy is. It's the whole space. So me buying Bitcoin is a bit of base, a bit of ETH, a bit of whatever. And that is how I look at Coinbase at the minute. I mean, on a technical basis, Coinbase is currently sitting at $312.
Yeah.
It has got a massive inverse head and shoulders. So as you guys can see here, we've got our left shoulder here, our head at the bottom, and our right shoulder. We've just broken out of that. And the target for this takes it to, let me get rid of that, around $2,600 a share. Now, again, like I said before, don't expect it over the next week or two. Like that is over the next 5 years. We could easily, I mean, these, as you can see on my screen, these are my take profit levels. So that is like 360, 494, 706, 920, and 1,050. I think we could easily see an explosion to maybe the 1,000 level, but I know full well you'll probably get a stock split.
Yeah.
Because a normie looking at Coinbase stock at $700 to $1,000 a share, they'd be like, whoa, I can't afford that. Not realizing they can actually buy 0.1% of a share or whatever it is. So they'll just stock split it 10 to 1, bring it back down to $10 a share or whatever it is. They do $100 a share. And then that's when you'll get the next inflow of stuff into this stuff. But yeah, I haven't looked at MicroStrategy.
At $2,000 each for Coinbase, what would be the market cap? Seven.
Market cap is currently sitting at 78 billion.
Yeah.
I don't know how many shares they've got.
Sadly, it would be close to, I guess, maybe 2,000. You think? But over the shoulders, and the all them shoulders.
Yeah, that is a massive. Trying to see how many shares I've got on the market at the minute. At the moment,
I was thinking I had to do a stock split or whatever you call it, a share split.
so did the stock split last bull run. Yeah, from here, I mean, percentage-wise, going to the target, it's a 750% gain. So that probably puts, what is it? Let's say 80 billion. 80 times 7.5, that gives us a $600 billion market cap, which as I've said last week or whatever it was, I still think that's undervalued. I think Coinbase down the line is $1 trillion company, easy. And I can't help but think that's going to be over the Trump presidency if it's going to happen.
That's an assumption that they don't have competition. Surely competition owns their market cap.
Yes and no. Because a bit like you look at BlackRock and TradFi, you have the big boys, which are BlackRock and Vanguard. Like everyone else under them is just, like you say, trying to get a bit of market share. Now, I think when you're looking at the crypto world, you have Coinbase for institutions and Binance. But that is the big two. The only other one that I think that maybe had to compete down the line is Crypto.com. But I don't think Kraken or KuCoin or any of these getting even close to Coinbase, Binance's size.
Officially, on paper, Kraken are in second position. But they are a long way behind.
Yeah. Kraken, for me, I don't see a lot of normies on it as such. I mean, I don't know what their pro/institutional thing is like.
I've been trying to. Kraken have released recently their own L2 called Ink Network.
Yeah.
And it's built on the OP stack, I think. It's like Base, effectively. So Coinbase have got their own exchange, or Binance have got their own exchange. Kraken have got their own exchange, and they're building their own network. The network is still only at a testnet phase. Now, I'm building stuff on this network, and I'm in their Discord. There's nothing going on in this Discord. Like, it's almost as if they've outsourced everything, and they don't even have, like, I would have expected they had like 10 humans in Discord organizing stuff, saying, okay, which teams are going to come in and build this, who's going to build that, how are we going to do this, how are we going to do that, and they don't seem to have they don't seem to be taking it that seriously, which kind of points to that they're a bit, not that they're a Mickey Mouse outfit, but just that they're a bit small and a bit smaller than I thought. Because Binance and Coinbase wouldn't take this that lightly. They would send a team of people there, go and speak to these guys.
By volume, the top 5, one is Binance, second is Bybit, Coinbase is in third, and you've got OKX and Upbit in fourth and fifth.
Problem with those are, if you're looking on CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap, is that we don't know how much of that is wash trading and how much isn't. So,
yeah, I mean, just from what I see, I think the biggest 3 are Binance, Crypto.com, and Coinbase. Now, that's just from a visual perspective. That's from what I see when I'm looking at Twitter, or if I ask people, well, what have you got? Oh, I've got a Binance account that I haven't opened up for 4 years, or I've got a Coinbase account. It's not, they don't pull out something like Gate.io or MECX or something like that.
or if there's like a really bad poo coin that you want to pick up that's not on any of the other exchanges, that's why you enter all of those things.
Yeah. The other stocks that I've been looking at that I think, again, they're very Bitcoin related. So I don't know MicroStrategy, but I own a lot of Bitcoin miners. Okay. So as we now know, Bitcoin has been accepted in the wider world, and Bitcoin mining is actually an industry, and it's been debunked many a times to say that actually Bitcoin is good for the environment and not bad, and blah blah blah. Now I think a well diversified portfolio of the miners is a great play on Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I mean, last cycle, the likes of, CleanSpark from the very bottom in December 22 has gone percentage-wise from the very bottom at 180 to a peak of $24. So that is 12x in the space of just over a year.
Yeah.
Which I don't think is bad at all. Obviously, it's outperformed Bitcoin. And I think they're ready for another leg up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, a lot of
leverage play, really powerful on the way up, nightmares on the way down.
But they fall as fast down as they do go up. So it's a matter of getting in when you think's good, and then as soon as it starts hitting your levels that you're interested in taking some profits, start go. Because I mean, a lot of them look good, even just chart wise. Riot's are massive head and shoulders. Target for Riot from current price would be around the $93 mark. It's currently sat at 12. So there's a 7x there.
Yep.
Marathon Digital looks pretty good. Massive bull flag on the weekly. Target's around $70 at minimum. I think it's currently at 26. I mean, Riot is, Marathon is the biggest my market cap. Riot is second. Then CleanSpark is one of the smaller ones at 3.85. Yeah.
Are these all based in America? Do you look at like the fundamentals of like where are these guys mining? Is it say?
Where is that? So on my chart, I've labelled which ones are actually, i.e. better, which one's got the cheapest mining thing. Where's that? Real Vision. RV Trade Ideas. So I believe CleanSpark, or was it Marathon? Right, Marathon is the most diversified business in the Bitcoin miner ecosystem. Cypher is the lowest cost to mine Bitcoin. Now that's even smaller than CleanSpark is at 2.25 billion. Now, not financial advice, but this has broken out of a massive wedge. So this is the weekly chart, bear in mind. We've broken out, and if I zoom in here, you can see we had a perfect retest of the price support. What happens next? I will use the squiggles of truth to tell us. Chop around for a bit, and then bang.
Yeah.
That is what I think happens. It wouldn't surprise me you see Cypher sitting at 15, 20 plus going forward. Now, obviously, there's quite a few of these. There's endless Bitcoin mines. You can play it by energy as well. There's loads of stuff for them. So, I mean, you can go into the fundamental. Go on, sorry.
Yeah, do you worry about those sorts of things, fundamentals like regulation, like what if this mine is,
now? I did before the election, but now I'm like, okay, regulation, I can kind of sit back and relax about it a bit.
Yeah.
But then, like what's happened with history is it's just found its way forward anyway, even with the China ban and like the banned mining and like all of this stuff. Like even if the US was to ban it, it will just pick itself up and move. Like people aren't stupid; they're just gonna carry on. So for me, like I said, now I can relax a bit more when it comes to regulation, but it's not a no-no. Obviously, for people that love fundamentals and want to do the deep dives into that stuff, I have that I'll invest now, research later if shit starts hitting the fan sort of thing.
Yeah.
All I need to know at the minute is market conditions are set for risk assets going forward. The money printers are coming. They've already been turned on in some areas. And it's just going to find its way up. So I'm not making it overcomplicated. And they may be, oh, he's just gambling. The gagging's working. So I don't really care.
Been for a few years now, so yeah, let's go for more. Right. Predictions. Last week, what I done, I messed up last week because I wrote our things down in different orders, so I don't know which ones were mine and which ones were you.
So I've got
Bitcoin
for
first and foremost.
Yeah, so for Bitcoin, I've got for me 82. We haven't touched. We hit a low of, what did we say earlier, 94.3. And that was today. So,
and what have you got?
I said, where was last Monday?
I just put it on the 7 days. I put it on 7 days on CoinGecko, and then
last time we were on, we were looking at 90k at peak 92, and we said, 82. Yeah, nowhere near 82.
What did I say?
And then for you, I've got 96, which we were bang on. Perfect. And
I'll take them again. But yeah. Bitcoin understands me, so it always does what I tell it to do. So yeah, on with that one.
Do we want to do a new prediction first before we move on, or come back?
Come back.
Yeah. Right. So Miggles.
No, next was Doge.
Sorry. So I said 0. I've got for me 0.315.
And I had 40 cents.
Yeah. Let me just get chart up. Memes. Doge. And I said was 0.315. And then Monday is there. No. I wasn't anywhere near it. And you said 0.4 I've got.
Yep.
Bang on the money. And we're bang on 0.4 now. Can the times it any better?
Yeah, all right. So there was another one. Perfectly timed. Whiff.
Yeah, I know I'm well off on that one.
No, I know. Everybody was wrong on Whiff. We was expecting a little bit more action from Whiff because of the Coinbase listing.
Yeah, but that really did come out today. So
was one, maybe it's only just listed today, but
the listing was today, but I've had the news would have been.
The news broke last week. Yeah, the news broke last week. So unfortunately, the news gave it a pump up to 412, it looked like, and then we've just steadily bled since then, and now we're at 317. I said 4, you said 570. We're both well off, but I do think that when Bitcoin fires past 150, I think that the memes come immediately with it. So
150 is in 150k.
Sorry, when Bitcoin fires past 100. Yeah, because when it fires past 100, I think it's going past 120. I think 100 to 120 is like 2 days' work.
Yeah. You start seeing narratives and they come out around it.
Then America are going to say we're going to have a sovereign fund of Bitcoin and this, that, and whatever. And then, all right, so we both were terrible there. Mr. Miggles. Don't fade Mr. Miggles.
Nail on the head. We come to a low of 0.09964.
Yeah.
And I said 0.10, was it? Pretty.
Not only did you get that one right, but you told the story and it happened as you said it would happen. So give you Give you 2 for that. I said 0.27, so I was well off. And finally, SPX. Well, no, second to the end, SPX.
Let me get a chart up. So I said 0.42. We come to a low of 0.453.
Yeah. You were much closer than me.
Not a million miles off. What did you put?
4 cents. I think that was more hope than
Yeah. I think that's the same as my whiff one.
Do you know what? When you're holding a bag, your predictions get a little bit
Wild.
wonky. Yeah, they get a little bit wonky. All right, so I'll give you that one. Finally, Ton, we were both miles off.
We were miles off, but it did see a nice pump. We reached a peak of 660, so we weren't a million miles off.
I think we're just early.
Yeah,
I reckon we're just early. I think Ton goes crazy.
percentage-wise, from Monday last week, from the low, it's done to current price 13%.
Yeah.
So I didn't think that was a bad shout. I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, well, we both got it right there. It was going up, I guess. So we'll take that.
And then the weekly looks great for it. I think, like I said earlier, I wouldn't surprise me if you see Ton to new all-time highs before end of year.
Yeah.
And if we see that, then as we discussed before, the meme coins and everything on Tom are just going to go mental.
TCAT. I saw them on Instagram.
This is the other thing I like about TCAT. They actually have an Instagram page, because there's not a lot of meme coins that have an Instagram page. And I think it's a great way to try and get people involved. There's a lot of them focused on TikTok and Twitter. And
yeah. And I think now we're with TikTok and Twitter, I think that there's so much noise there. It's hard for you to
concentrate.
Yeah. But with Instagram, there's not many projects on there. I really like TCAT. I don't have it yet, but TCAT is definitely going in my bag. Because it's so far off all-time highs, and it is one of the memes on a chain that I love. All right. Next week's predictions.
Right, we'll start with Bitcoin, yeah?
Yeah, we get to choose one each, and
we do the standard Bitcoin, Doge with, and then one each. Or do
Bitcoin, should we do Bitcoin, ETH, and Doge, and then one each?
Yeah, it's good with me.
Yeah.
So Bitcoin in a week's time. It really does depend if we hold that level. I'm going to go against my gut feeling and say 92.
Okay.
Next week-ish. I think we can see it come down.
You don't think we're gonna break it at the second time of asking, I guess.
But I hope I'm wrong. I think we just needed a news narrative to get us through.
Okay. I'm gonna say 105.
I like it. I hope you are right.
105. I reckon we get through it this week.
Yeah, it would be nice to see. It wouldn't surprise me. Like I said, I'm gonna go against what I'm thinking.
I think it either happens Wednesday or Thursday.
Why those days? Is there something around it that?
Because the ETFs don't buy at the weekends, and everybody knows that. So I think if we're gonna, get through it, we get through it for the weekend. I think everybody expects it to pull off at the weekends, and so it does.
I think if we get through on Wednesday, Thursday, that weekend is going to be wild.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to see. I mean, this weekend we saw sand and these what seemed like dead coins running 100% in a day. What's silly?
By the way, these coins are just they're doing crazy things.
Yeah, all these so-called dinosaur coins, vet, like everything, dot, atom, matic, all was just running.
Yeah.
So,
and it's not sand. I think sand got big because Facebook rebranded to Meta. I remember I was out drinking one night and that news broke and my portfolio jumped up like 80% because Sam and Decentraland went bananas that night. I couldn't believe it. It was great. So I didn't think I'd ever see those coins again. But I think that does lend itself well to NFTs coming back. That whole metaverse play all coming back.
We're starting to see that. We're starting to see that now. I mean, since Bitcoin, the bottom was in for Bitcoin. That was that October 22?
Yeah.
We're now, what's that, 2 years?
Yeah.
Since the bottom-ish. Everything's starting to turn. You're seeing those lagged assets starting to pick back up.
Yeah. So now you're going to get yourself a crypto pump. You got come on, Mr. Of course. Right. Ethereum.
Let me get that up. ETH. I haven't looked at this chart in a while. I see a lot of people calling for the ETH BTC pair bottom to be in.
Yeah. It has to be now because
I know.
I get killed in the group chat weekly about my ETH. I said to a guy, "Oh, ETH's gonna flip Bitcoin by the end of 2024." I believe I said. Yeah, just made me look around. So
Next week, I mean, ETH's a nice little ball flag on the daily. I want to say 3,750-ish.
Yeah,
because I think with Bitcoin coming down, it gives this other stuff room to pick back up.
Yeah. I'm gonna say 3.7.
And then your threats.
I think we're both going to be right with that one. Yeah, I've got strong conviction on ETH.
And then what are we doing Doge next?
Yeah. Doge.
I mean, we're retesting a key support at 0.4. If that holds, let's say 0.60.
Oh, bullish.
I think we could see a move. I mean, if this, like I say, if Bitcoin can just kind of sit back, consolidate, I think it gives this stuff time to move, time to run, at least.
Yeah. I'm gonna agree with you again. I'm gonna say 0.6. I'll say 0.61. I'll take the over. Yeah, I'll take it.
Right. And then we're picking two randoms, yeah?
Yeah, do you want to go first?
Let's stick with base network. I'm gonna go with breadth. Catching is the biggest meme on base. And I reckon that is gonna be next week. 0.19. I reckon we could be on the verge of all-time highs.
Brett is massive, by the way. 1.6 billion.
Yeah. It's a big boy. Oh, did you look at why Brett wasn't listed on Coinbase?
No.
I had a brief look, and what I could find from, oh God, I've forgotten the name of the website. The one where like all the, well, not devs, but people chat about all of it. Oh Christ, my mind's gone blank.
Substack.
Yeah, that's it. On Substack. It basically is down to like what you said. It's Coinbase have a very tight box ticking exercise, and at the moment they don't tick all the boxes, effectively. So that's why they're not on there. I'm sure they probably will get to a point where they are, but they're not yet.
Well, I'm quite sure it's somebody needs to be held accountable if, for whatever reason, the coin rugs. For whatever reason we don't know, it's actually all owned by just these two guys and they just sell it all. They need to be able to hold someone accountable. So I think if they can't be sure that that's not the case,
What do you reckon it'll be at?
I want to say 0.13.
I was back down.
13 cents, yeah.
I mean, on the subject of base quick, so there was the other thing we're talking about. We're going back to Miggles NFTs. So there's only 10,000 NFTs. Miggles now has 168,840 holders.
Yeah. I love that. But how many of those holders are the same person that split it into multiple wallets?
That's what people don't know.
Two different ways to check. One is a thing called Bubble Maps, which I don't know. Did you show me about Bubble Maps? Or
I don't know but so it wasn't. I've never used this before.
if you go on Bubble Maps, right, I'm going to do this live. So this is one of the exercises I do to make sure that a meme coin isn't total trash. Go on Bubble Maps, and I know Mr. Miggles will be all right because where is it? Oh, here it is. You click launch app, and then do you know what? Let me do my
Mr. Miggles. Back.
All right, and then you put the address in here.
Why is it the base ones don't seem to be correct? Maybe I just thought you say get the.
No, this is all right. Yeah, you get the contracts correct. Right, so yeah, this one looks all right.
So what are we looking at here?
Now, over here, you want there to be nothing that's like 5%, like no wallet to have a big share of the total supply.
So this basically shows out what wallet is sent to other wallets.
Yeah. Well, yes. Just what's are connected. So yeah. So these big holders have been sending it here, but this will be an exchange. Ones, yeah, that's Mexico, yeah. And then this one will be BitGet.
I'd like to see where KuCoin are on this list once they've given a couple of weeks of trading.
Well, KuCoin are not on here because they would be up there.
Yeah, then that's what I was saying. I think they're only alive. What was it? 2 days ago.
Yeah,
22nd it was. It went live on KuCoin.
See, so interestingly, I guess the conspiracy that I have is that these exchanges buy up the tokens before they list that. So I get on a bubble map, unless they're putting it into different wallets, which they more than likely are, you won't see them accumulating it on a bubble map.
Is there any way for them to get it into other wallets without you knowing?
No. They would. What they would do is, I guess they would hope that the people who are in charge of the meme coin, in charge but not being in charge, have got enough in different wallets so they can move from one different wallet to another different wallet. Because there's no point moving it from one wallet to 100 different wallets, because the bubble will show you've gone to 100 different wallets. So I don't know. It's a tool. Another thing I would like to see on this tool is I would like to see it show all of the wallets which hold a significant amount that haven't done over 10 different transfers with that wallet. So any wallet which is otherwise inactive but holds this coin, I'd like to see that as a percentage, because I think those are the wallets that are just pretending to be different holders.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just looking at the Brett one quickly. You've got one wallet that's got around 3.4% in of total.
Yeah. Is that an exchange? Does it say on the right hand?
Say the highest exchange is number 4 with Gate.io, BitGet at 5, and then Bybit at 6, and KuCoin at 7. There's 2 addresses above it, but it doesn't say what it is.
You'd hope and pray one of those is Coinbase.
Yeah. That's been stuck in. But who knows? I mean, the one of them, the third wallet, is obviously spread it out a bit, as you can see on the bubble map.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know what that is about.
See, that's probably someone trying to hide the fact that they own 8% of Brett.
Because the funny thing is, you click on Bybit, right? It's the actual circle in the middle of all of that. So it looks like Bybit is putting it out to these smaller addresses.
Yeah, and those could be like their own hot wallets or their own hardware wallets. That'll be just operational. So that'll be just an exchange doing exchange stuff.
There's also, this is the first time I've looked at this. It says dead addresses.
Yep.
So I shouldn't.
Right at the top.
That's wallets that have been inactive for a long period of time. Is that or
No, dead addresses should be wallets that no one can access. So it should be like, for example, there's one that starts DEAD and then there's loads of other letters or whatever. But basically, once you send to that wallet, there is no private key that exists for that wallet.
so it's technically burnt offensively?
Yeah. So it never gets moved.
Right, lovely stuff. Well, there's a fair percentage. I mean, there's probably 2.5% or whatever across all the dead wallets I can see on my screen.
Yeah. Which there should be. But that could be burnt for loads of different reasons that they would do, I don't know, competitions or whatever they've been doing in the community for them to decide to throw it to dead wallets. But yes, those are the two so this might be the reason why Brett's not on Coinbase, because I think they would need to know who owns that 3.4 and who owns that 3%. I'm speculating, but I would say, yeah. And then down in number 13, that dead address, I think that's the common one that everyone uses.
Yeah. Right, what are you thinking for the last pick?
I want to do higher.
Yeah?
Cat.
Sticking with the base, me.
Yeah. Sticking with base, and I am going to I'm genuinely a little bit worried about that downward leg that you pointed out last week. I'm going to say 5 cents.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. I'm going to have to go with you because that is resistance, and it wouldn't surprise me if we bounced up to that local resistance.
Yeah, you can see it there.
Yeah, we'll both go with 0.5. 0.05, sorry.
0.05 and 0.05. Right.
Life it.
I want to have the starts of a landing page for this show, and then we can put our videos on there and our predictions on there and links to the Telegram so people can come and learn more.
Lovely stuff. A great episode, number 3.
It's been emotional. Number 3's in the bag.
We're coming up to those double figures.
Easy. Steady. We're almost halfway there. Yeah, we're almost halfway to double figures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New Year will come in. I think up to New Year it will be on 9th. I think the first one falls on the 6th.
So we hit double figures for the start of 2025.
Yeah. Pretty good farming, if I don't say so myself.
So yeah, so I guess next week we either lick our wounds having dropped below 92, or we celebrate having passed 100k.
I think it's that matter of fact. If Bitcoin sits down and chills, we might see alt rally. If it doesn't and falls, you're going to see everything fall with it.
Yeah.
And all, because I mean, as I said earlier, like top signals and normies. I saw a kid on Snapchat this morning that is never interested in crypto or anything, posted on his story who's into trading meme coins, and you're like, we had Jim Cramer come out, didn't we, this week?
What's he said, mate?
He said Bitcoin's a winner. You have to own Bitcoin.
The meme has always been whatever he says, do the opposite.
So I literally put that in the Telegram. I saw the tweet and put it in. I was like, local top is in. It was literally 4 hours after he said it, we've come down.
Terrible news. Yeah, literally. I think everybody would have seen that and been like, right, if Jim's in, we're out.
Yeah, I mean, he always has to ruin the party. Literally always.
It's useless, that guy. All right. Same time next week.
Monday, your husband next week.
Yeah, next week will be my party. I'll make sure I upload this onto YouTube and Twitter. I'll tag you in. And I don't know what we'll do about TikTok, because I don't think you can put long form on there, can you?
No, you just have to clip it out. Once you get a certain amount of followers, you can do live streams on there. So a bit like Instagram. So we could do a live stream of both, but I think you need I want to say it's 10,000 followers or something, 1,000 followers.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe we'll start a TikTok and just start flipping and putting them. Well,
Yeah. I mean, I'll get this clipped up as soon as I can and obviously start pushing it out to Instagram and whatnot and send you over the clips if you want them. And we'll go from there.
all right then, Geezer. I'll see you next week at 105k Bitcoin.
Yeah. Lovely stuff. Take care. Speak to you soon. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining in. We are now live. Invite Carl.